Welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about the market and then, the current price of BTC. And then the BTC is just about 5,000, just about 535. 5035 on the coin market cap. So let me know, guys, if you can hear me, because sometime when I start the live stream, it is just like basically not working properly, right? So let me know if the sound check is good, right? So as you can see on the screen, BTC is down just about 4%, and then if it stays at 5035 by 12, not 12, but 3 p.m. it's going to be down by 8%, right? Because you got to think about it, it's a 24 hours market. So yesterday BTC was just about BTC was just about 54.22. So let's say BTC stays at 5,000, it's going to be down by 8%. So you got to think about it, right? So, and if BTC is down by 8%, most likely the rest of the market going to be down by 16, 20%, right? So all right, sound is fine, right? So for some reason, like every time I start the live stream, either YouTube or the software is tripping. So that's why I just wanted to take like a couple minutes to take a look at the coin market cap, and then to give you guys time to respond, right? So all right, let's take a look at the let's go ahead deeper into the coin market cap. Stellar is down 8, Tron 14, right? So let's take a look at XRP. It's down like 8%, right? Just about 32 cents. So the dollar value doesn't matter really. So you just have to go by a BTC value. So most people are going to be panicking, of course, when they take a look at the dollar value, and all of them down versus BTC too. So only like 2 coins up versus BTC if you really think about it, right? I think it's Wave and Populous. When you go on Binance, it's only like Wave and Populous up versus BTC. So let me double check. So correct me if I'm wrong, right? So I think Zcash up by 0.1%, but a couple hours ago when I took a look at it, it was like only two coins, Waves and I think Populous. So Populous is back down like 1%. So WALTONCHAIN doing well, 4%, Zen 2%. So it is pretty bad, right? They're looking bad versus BTC, and then at the same time looking bad versus the dollar. So let's go ahead and take a look at BTC, right? We're going to start with the weekly time frame first of all, because it is quite interesting. Let's just get a clean chart. All right, as we previously said, right, the week gonna be very volatile starting on Wednesday and Thursday, right? So you can see like the last 2 days we saw like a lot of volatility. So even though the volatility is on the downside, it's not on our favor. So but we just have to see. So you take a look at the weekly time frame. We got a big rejection from this area of 54.22, right? So volume is increasing. The current volume is just about like 169 trading volume BTC, right? So last time, on the last live stream, we were just about like 134. So it's not bad. It's not we're not seeing a lot of selling pressure, right? It increased by 20% the volume, but it's not bad. So what I don't want to see this volume to be bigger than that volume. Like last week volume, we got 420. This week we're not even half that, right? So but we got 3 days left. So we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Whoa, we got like 3 days left. So we could double this volume selling pressure, which is going to be just about like 320, right? 320 to 325 before end of the week. So it's going to be very nasty. Let's say we get a like 320k volume. It is going to be very nasty. This volume going to be bigger than all of this segment. So you remember what I talked about last time about the volume. We're going to get a big move to the upside, and then we're going to get a segment, right? So this segment is very important, right? This segment is very important. So it's very important. So let's say we get a 320 to 325 volume, right? 325k, right? So And what I'm expecting, the volume going to be decreasing after that. But let's say we stay at 175, most likely, you know, we're gonna get another selling pressure to the upside, right? I mean, another bigger volume of selling pressure. So if it has to be nasty, let's just let it nasty. We have to let it be nasty this week, so the volume can decrease like over time, right? The next couple of weeks or so, right? So that's what I'm looking for. But I don't want to see the volume selling pressure increasing, because that means like we probably going back to like 0.618, which is just roughly about, if you just want to take this entire move, right, you would be looking at BTC going back just about, let's say 50%, right? Just about, let's see, it is tripping. Let's take a look at it again. Just about 4,000, right? Let's say we going back to 43, right? But my ultimate target is 4703. So, but let's say we, you know, want to be conservative, right? You say, hey, I want to wait for BTC to drop much lower than 4703. You could be anticipating a drop to like 4300, right? Which is just about 50% of this entire move, right? Before another reversal. So it is Thursday, middle of the week, so it is quite interesting. So I got some X2 position. I got 2X position on XRP, and they are killing me. Oh, sorry, Santos. Larry, why would you sell now? No, we are taking into account like both scenario, both bullish and the bearish, right? So I talked about the bullishness. I've been talking about the bullishness the last couple of days. So, but we have to take a look at the downtrend, right? Just to be safe. Just to be safe, we have to take a look at the downtrend also. I'm pretty bullish on BTC. Like I said, I'm 90% bullish on BTC. As long as I'm seeing like some trend, upward trend, I'm 90% bullish. Like let's take a look at the weekly on the Heiken Ashi, right? When you take a look at the weekly on the Heiken Ashi, we have to wait till next week in order to find some a big wick, right? Big tail. So big tail, big wick, small body, right? We have to wait for you know, for next week in order to get this type of reversal, or the week after, in order to say like we're gonna reverse like to 382 or 50%, right? But I don't see any sign of reversal on the weekly time frame, right? At least on the Heiken Ashi. So when I said like BTC gonna get to 53, I was taking a look at this indication, right? Big wick, big tail, small body, downtrend, and another move to the upside. But I don't see that type of move right now as of today, Thursday, 4/11/2019. So you got to keep that in mind. BTC is not going to go up forever, right? It's not going to be healthy, right? It's not going to be healthy to keep going forever. But on the that's the first bearish candle on the daily time frame on the Heiken Ashi, right? Usually we dump on the weekend. Man, the BTC dump on Monday, Tuesday. BTC is 24 hours, so we got to keep that in mind also. It's 24 hours. I don't want to say like, because you got to think about it, right? It is traded 24 hours all over the world. I mean, your weekend might not be my weekend, right? So, I mean, or your weekend might not be somebody else's weekend. So, some people like to trade over the weekend. So, you know, I don't want to like, since it's 24 hours, you know, we just have to, you know, take into account all days, all time frame, you know, all time zones. But otherwise, you just be gonna be excluding like other people, like you know, the other people activities, right? So you don't want to exclude other people activities. It's 24 hours, guys. It's 24 hours. But you take a look at it, right? We got a sign of trend reversal. So we didn't get this sign of trend reversal yesterday, right? So now we're getting a sign of trend reversal. So we have to anticipate at what point we're gonna we could be landing, right? At least for a reversal sign, right? Before a push to the upside, right? I talked about the volume. When you take a look at the Heiken Ashi, it is a pretty big volume when you take a look at the Heiken Ashi. But when you go back to your regular candle, it is also a pretty big candle, right? It is the same, about the same. It is bigger than the previous volume, right? Yesterday volume, and then we got 8 hours to go, right? We got like almost 7.5 hours to go. So We're just gonna have to wait till 3 p.m. because it could be nastier, but we're just gonna have to wait at what point we're gonna get some reversal, because you know it is saying like we're down like 4%, right? But when you really think about it, right, BTC is down more than 4% because BTC is more than let's say it is more than a 4% down. It was like what, I think 54.22, and then right now we're like 5,000, so it's like almost like 8%, right? So but at just about 3 p.m. like 2 p.m. 3 p.m. it's gonna say 8%, so you got to keep that in mind. So because it's 24 hours, right? It is 24 hours. So DAT BTC on Bittrex. Okay, I'll take a look at DAT. I don't know what DAT, but I'm gonna take a look at it, right? So let's go on the lower time frame, because the lower time frame, it is pretty interesting, right? It is pretty interesting. So when you take a look at the lower time frame, right, we got some reversal sign, right? We got some reversal sign on the lower time frame. Okay, when I say like BTC repeat itself, you got to think about it, right? This move from this area to that area, right? It's one-to-one extension of that move to that move, right? And then after we got this move, what do we got? We got a nice uptrend, right? So if we want to be bullish, right, and then we getting a good sign of reversal on the R side when you take a look at it, but it could be just a correction like that, right? A nice correction and a further move to the downside, right? It could be, but let's say we want to be bullish, right? We got a one-to-one extension from this period, right, to this end, right? Take a look at it. It's exactly a one-to-one extension, so it is a good sign of reversal, but we have to stay, you know, within this area of 49.20, right? So otherwise the next area of support we're going to get is a 1.618 extension. Okay, BTC respect these two areas, one-to-one extension and 1.618 extension. It is very critical. So the next area of support is just going to be, you know, according to this one-to-one extension, right, these fib levels is going to be a 4,600, right? Even though like I think like BTC gonna get support at a 4703, but the next fib level according to this one-to-one extension going to be 4,600, right? So we got to keep that in mind. So we have to hold strong. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lower time frame again, 1 hour time frame. It is quite interesting also on the lower time frame. OMG, I'm gonna take a look at OMG. I talked about OMG last night also. OMG has a very beautiful chart also, but let's take a look at the lower time frame and then we go to OMG and come back to BTC. Lower time frame, the hourly chart, right? You take a look at the hourly chart, right? Last time BTC was trading above this area of a bought region like this long. Now you have to go back like almost like 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks. Let's go back 3 weeks, guys. 3 weeks. Like that was like March 25th, right? That's the last time we made a double bottom, right? And what was the price at that time, right? Price was just about like 39. Let's see. Lows was 39.68. I think like we bottom out at 39.68, right? And then that's it. That's the last time like price was at the R side was that low, right? The 25th, right? Let's take a look at the price. Let me not be lazy. Come on. Okay, so last time was just about this area, right? We made a nice double bottom on the R side, a divergence and a push to the upside, right? So the lower time frame, sometimes it is very useful to go back and take a look at it. So it is gonna give you a good trend, right? It is gonna give you like some indication if we are gonna reverse or not. So you take a look at it. It is a nice. It wasn't like a divergence unless you want to cheat yourself, but because the slope was still like upward, right? But if you just want to cheat yourself, you can say, hey, let me just ignore those 5 points, right? And then it is relatively flat. Then compared to the R side, the R side you cannot cheat it, right? Because this is not a declining slope or a horizontal slope. So it is definitely in an upward slope. And then we went from a 39.60 just about 38.80, right? 38.89. So I remember this exact date, right? I think it was at night. That was when I made that. It was like, I think like the week after, the day after I made the Trololo video, right? And I said like BTC, I want to see how low BTC gonna get to the Trololo trend line. When Trololo that week was like 38.83, right? And then BTC got to that Trololo trend line almost like at 38.88, right? 88.7, exactly 38.887, right? And then that's when we started actually the push to the upside. I made that video on Monday, right? And then, you know, and then on the 24th, right? That's when I made that video. So you can go back to my YouTube and then you can find that video on the 24th. The thumbnail was also like, you know, said the 24th of March. So, but we're gonna go back to the Trololo trend line. It is quite interesting. I just didn't talk about it that much because BTC is like 30% away from that trend line. So that's why, you know. But once we get back close to that trend line, the current price of the trend line is like, I think like 39.71. I have to go back to Bitstamp to check the trend line, right? So hey, what's up? Hey David, Ovidio, thank you for tuning in. Spencer, Coin Linked, Sarah, let's see who else in the chat room. I think Andrew was in the chat room, but he's probably he's probably on the other chat room, because sometimes when I start the live stream, I'm not sure if the same live stream I start from my software is the same live stream on YouTube, right? So, but it is pretty funny, right? So, but I think like Andrew is in the chat room. So when you take a look at it, right, let's go to the to Omizago, because Omizago, we talked about it last time, give us a good pattern of reversal. So if Omizago fails, it's not going to be good. Okay, all right, let's take a look at Omizago. It seems like Omizago is failing, right? So it is failing. It's not looking good at all for Omizago. So you gotta remember, guys, I said it, the 1st of April is the most important date in crypto right now. Anything other than the 1st, you know, is at the moment like irrelevant, right? So it is relevant, you know, for the future, you know, analysis, but right now we have to focus on the 1st, because I said it, like the whole market started to drop from the 1st. Basically only like Litecoin, EOS, and few other coins like Bitcoin SV, Ethereum Classic, just few, less than 1% of the market went up, like versus BTC, like on the 1st of April, right? I don't know if you guys remember or not. Hey, what's up, Dave Mascot? So you got this big move to the downside starting on the 1st. We're talking about Omizago, right? And the rest of the market also, because they made the same patterns. The pattern is just different. Some of them made this pattern, the first down, U-turn, not a U-turn, but a sideways correction, a push to the downside, a 1-to-1 extension or 1.618 extension, right? So, and then the other pattern you're looking for is this pattern, like Omizago, push back to the upside and come back, retest this area. Omizago and Stratus, they made the same pattern, right? I'm gonna show you Stratus if you guys want to, right? So another pattern we got, since we just talking about the 1st of April, right? Since the 1st, right? Keep that in mind. So the 1st, right? Some crypto went, you know, pushed to the downside, made a U-turn and pushed to the upside and fought through, right? Like Nano and Tron, they made the same pattern. Now Nano is dropping back within this area, right? So Nano is dropping back. So another pattern you get is like Populous, right? Populous pushed to the downside, made this move and all the way back, you know, lost all that momentum, right? From like, you know, last month, right? So Populous almost like break this area, and then now it's just trying to push back through, right? It's like it was up 12% sometime last night, right? And then now it is making a double bottom, right? So you got to keep that in mind, right? These patterns are very important. I said it a couple of days ago. It is worrisome to keep that in mind. Sometimes, like when all crypto are making the same pattern, and then none of them couldn't pass this April 1st. Only Bitcoin went up, and now Bitcoin is going down. So it is, you gotta show you gotta be a little bit worried, like why all crypto cannot break this area of April 1st, right? So I'm just waiting for the first crypto to push to the upside. I think Waves trying to push to the upside and then break this area. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the first crypto, the first altcoin to break this area. It might be XRP, but we just have to wait to see which altcoin gonna break this area of April 1st, right? So hey, what's up, inflatables? All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Stratus, and I'll give you another example, right? So we're just doing market review, and then we're going to talk about XRP and the BTC, right? So if you guys want to talk about a coin, just put it under the comment link. I mean the comment section, right? And you can also click that link to join our Telegram group. If you guys have something interesting to share, like as far as like idea, trend reversal, because we in it together, guys. So we in it together. So you take a look at Stratus, like I was telling you, right? Since, let me just remove the volume is pretty big for selling pressure, is pretty big for Stratus the last 3 days. Okay, let's take a look at Stratus. So since the first, right, you can see, so it's either like the first or the 29th, right, in that range. It doesn't have to be accurate. So but most of them are like the first. So on the first, we got a big move to the downside, right? Another push to the upside. I made a video about this, on my live stream. I spent like almost 10 minutes talking about this move, and I said, like, if Stratus doesn't break this area, right, it's not gonna look good for the whole crypto, not just for Stratus, right? Because it's gonna come back and retest this low. That's what I exactly said, right? Even though I'm pretty bullish on Stratus, Stratus is one of my top 7 pick for for April. It's not doing much so far, but in crypto, it only takes like 1 day for a coin to move 60%. So just because it's not doing much in like the first 10 days, 11 days of this month, it doesn't mean like it's gonna go to 0, right? So you gotta think about it. So we push to the upside, coming back down, make a double bottom, a big reversal sign, right? A big reversal sign. Even though it's bearish, the candle is bearish. You take a look at Stratus, right? So you take a look at Stratus. So by tomorrow, if let's say Stratus stay at the same price, right? By tomorrow, right? Let's see, at the same time, right? It's gonna tell you Stratus is 8%, right? Because you gotta think about it. Crypto is 7%. I mean, not 7%. Crypto is 7 days a week. Right? You all know that, right? So you guys know that, right? So it is 7 days a week. 24 hours. I don't have to repeat that, right? Because if you're watching live stream crypto, you must know that, right? So if Stratus stayed at, let's say, 22.96, right? Let's say by tomorrow, let's see at what time it started to move to the upside. It's probably going to tell you Stratus is 7% up, right? And then you take a look at it. We got a nice reversal pattern just about this area, right? Just like BTC, right? So just like BTC. So whole crypto are making the same. The whole crypto is making the same pattern. It even looks better on the. It looks better on the 4-hour time frame. Let's take a look at the extension. Hey, what's up, EL? Hey, what's up, Gotti? Thank you for coming in, tuning in. Let's see. Right here, it is exactly at 1.618 extension, right? Or but kind of break to the downside. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. So, and BTC also made like a 1.618 extension. So it is quite amazing how you can find like the same pattern, right? From one coin to another, you find like the same pattern. So 1.618 extension, double bottom, a sell off to the downside, somebody trying to dump it, but it is exactly at 1.618 extension, right? If this push to the upside, the drop is 1.618 extension. So right after I made that video, like that live stream, I went to bed, I woke up, I saw like Stratus like at just about like 23, 24. I was like, whoa. So it doesn't look good at all. Let's go back to BTC and see. BTC is 1.618 extension, but I have to verify. BTC, let's go back to this drop just about this area. You have to go back to a 1 hour time frame. Okay, you take a look at the 1 hour time frame, right? You see we got a lot of dropping, right? Almost like 5 wave structure to the downside, right? So for some people, they very picky, you know, they're gonna 3, 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So a sideways correction, we're most likely gonna get a, you know, a 3 wave to the upside. So it's not gonna be 10 wave to the downside, right? When you take a look at the hourly time frame, it is easily a 5 wave structure. So, but some people are gonna tell you, oh, the wave number 3 has to be bigger than the wave number 4. I mean, number 1, stuff like that. But it is true, but sometimes you cannot apply like, you know, the Elliott wave, like, you know, as directed on the book. So sometimes I just like to take a look at my 5 waves. You know, the market is too bullish for you know, trying to go through all those rules. You're gonna waste your time. By the time you count all those rules, BTC might be at 4,300, and then you'll be like, oops, I should have. But we got a 5-way structure to the downside, a 1-to-1 extension, 1.618 extension of the first wave, right? Take a look at it, just like Stratus. You see 1.618 extension. So it's not a coincidence, right? So when you want to be bullish, I'm pretty bullish. So, but I'm finding a lot of you know, reversal pattern. BTC made a 1.618 extension. You know, RSI is completely, you know, oversold. You know, a nice W just about this area. So we got some sign of reversal. So you see, we break this area, we move into the upside. So we're most likely gonna come back and retest it, right? It's not gonna shoot to the upside just like that. So you gotta keep that in mind, right? It's gonna come back and retest it, right? And maybe make a nice move to the upside. So let's go back to the price action. See, right? So that's the first time we checked the we retested this 1.618 extension. So we're gonna have to wait to see if BTC is gonna make another sell-off and double bottom. So that way the RSI probably gonna, you know, make a U-turn before another move to the upside. So, but it is a good sign. Now it is a good sign, right? So even if we let's say we get a nice reversal, right? Let's say we get a nice reversal. You know, the next area of resistance is just this area, just about a 50 to 100, right? Let's say 50 to 100 just to make life easy. So when you take a look at 50 to 100, right, it is just about like 50%. Let's take a look at it. It is just about like 52%, I mean 50% retracement, right? And then it is at the same time in the area of extension when you take a look at the fib, right? So you got your extension, the first wave, right? That's your reference waves, right? And it's also like a 0.618 extension. So this area of 5183, you know, a pullback is just about 50%, and then it is also a 0.618 extension of the first wave, the first drop. Because I was making a live stream when BTC was dropping just about this area, right? And somebody, I think like Funks, I don't know if he's in a room or not. He said his name spelled like FUNX, right? He said oops, dump, right? So, and I was like, most likely BTC gonna make this U-turn, right? It's gonna move sideways correction, push to the downside, make this move, get back up here and get to that area. That was that was the pattern I was looking for. But you know, BTC sometimes it just do whatever it wants to do. So, but you know, this pattern is still in play, but it might be just gonna be ugly, right? But we have to get back to this area first of all, and see how we're gonna break this area of resistance. It's not gonna be easy. Like I said it last time, I said it yesterday, right? I said after we got this drop, right? Let's take a look at it. After we got this drop, I said like we're not gonna get back to this area anytime soon in terms of hour. I said it exactly. That's what I said. we're not gonna get back to this area. So, but I was anticipating like a sideways correction, not this deep move like 1-to-1 extension. But you know, it's cryptos, it's crypto. So let's take a look at the okay, V2 bullish. Not everybody going to be selling. So I mean, crypto is too bullish. Couple weeks ago it was too bullish, but altcoin are not looking strong right now, like the type of pattern we had on the first, right, 31st. Because I made a video about like I said like altcoin are too bullish for BTC to fail, right? I made that video like on the 31st, like I think it was like Saturday, right? And 2 hours later, BTC, you know, we saw a breakout from BTC. So, but currently altcoin are not too bullish, right? So because since I made that video, we pushed to the downside, so I shouldn't make that video, right? As soon as I made that video, BTC pushed like, you know, almost like 600 point, right? Almost 600 point to the upside, almost 1,000 point, right? So, you know, but altcoin are, you know, pushing to the downside almost like 25 to 30%. Not, I'm exaggerating, but some of them are down like, you know, 25, but not all of them. So don't outthink ships. I'm still seeing a bearish rising channel on BTC, so there'll probably be more pump and dump along the way. I mean, BTC is not going to go up forever, guys. It is not going to. Let's see. Let's take a look at the daily time frame, right? This move is vertical, right, guys? It even look nasty. This drop looks nasty when you're zooming in, right? So it looks nasty, but when you zoom out, it's okay. It doesn't look that bad. But you gotta think about it. We only got one vertical move, right? The last 2 days. So we got one vertical move, one rejection. Everything else is just sideways, right? Right? Everything else is sideways. It could make this move. So our side is dropping. No, we haven't got to this area of support. The next area of support is just by this area, right? We have to, like, we just about that area. So I didn't even know we had that area because I didn't take a look at the daily time frame on the R side, right? Hey, what's up, Andrea? Sorry, man, I thought you were on the other chat room, so you didn't miss much, right? So we just been talking about BTC. We haven't talked about XRP yet. We're about to get to XRP. So hey, what's up, music? Yeah. So you gotta think about it, right? So when everybody was calling for 2.5K, only few people was calling for 51 to 53. Most people were just calling for 52, right? I mean, not 52, 42. So most people were thinking like if we get like a 5% move to the upside, you know, for BTC, we all good, right? And we were calling like 53. You gotta remember, right? We called 53 like, you know, right before the breakout when BTC was just about this area of 39. Let's say it was like 39.88, right? Something like that, 38.88. So we were still calling a 51.53, you know, at a bearish momentum. So we were calling for 51.53. So and then we went up 25%, man, 25% in like less than a week. So it is a pretty good deal. So we gotta think more than we gotta think about it, right? So we cannot be thinking like you know, we're gonna be going up forever. You know, my target is 6K, but once we get to 6K, what's gonna be my target, right? So you gotta think about it. You're always gonna have a target. You're always gonna have a target, right? Your target is either gonna be an uptrend target or a downtrend target. That's only two targets you got. So, but don't let people like you know, play with your mind and gonna tell you you know, whatever they want to tell you. So it is either gonna dump. I'm not gonna say dump. We're either gonna get a downtrend, right, or a uptrend. That's the only two things we're gonna get. I don't trust sideways correction, because sideways correction is still like in crypto a 10 to 15% move, right? It is 10 to 15% move, sideways correction, just like Monero. So you can still, like, you know, play this out, right? 10 to 15% move. So that's pretty big deal. You don't get that in the stock market. So we only get two things: downtrend or uptrend. So when we're on the uptrend, we just have to follow it. We don't have to do anything. We just have to follow the trend. And once we get a trend reversal, we just have to follow the trend reversal, right? Because we don't control the market, right? You got to keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and hey Johnny, what's up, man? I just saw your video, right? So if you guys don't know who Johnny is, Johnny Bull, he just got a new channel, so make sure you guys go and check him out and then support his channel also. So he been with us, like, you know, since I started my channel. So just give him a check him out and then support his channel. He's a big XRP fan also, right? So many bulls are here, so so I better talk about bullishness if many bulls are here. But let's go ahead and talk about XRP. You guys want to talk about XRP, or you guys want to talk about the other coins? Should we long? I mean, I don't short BTC. I mean, I just buy and accumulate, guys. Like, I accumulate BTC through altcoin. I don't short. I never shorted BTC, and I don't think I will ever short BTC. So okay, let's talk about XRP. All right, Johnny, you're welcome, man. Because I remember you since you know, intro to crypto. So let me see. Let's talk about XRP, because XRP made a big reversal, man. XRP BTC. XRP. It's like most of the people right here likes XRP. I don't know why, but most of my followers love XRP. But I think somebody asked about DAT, right? So he was like one of the first in here. Let's take a look at DAT first. DAT BTC. I think he asked about it like as soon as we started the live stream. I don't know if you're still here or not. So, but I'm just gonna cover DAT, right, really quick. DAT, you know, double bottom, double top, push to the upside. I mean, double top, double bottom, sideways correction, right? It is pretty familiar, just like you know, Stratus, ZILLIQA. So it is making the same move as the rest of the crypto, nothing special, right? Let's take a look at the first, right? The first, you see, the first is the most important date in crypto right now. So I think DNT probably gonna be dropping more, right? Because you gotta think about it. We got this move right here. We don't have a 0.618 extension or a 1-to-1 extension, right? I would be looking for a 0.618 extension. So let's take a look at it. I never take a look at DNT. Somebody just asked. So we're not even yet at 0.618 extension, which is going to be just about 421, right? 421 sats. The current price is just about 463. So we could be facing more selling pressure from DAT, not DNT. DAT, like, let's say another 10%. So once we get that 10%, if we let's say we're on a live stream, you can ask me again, right? And then we're gonna update the price. Other than that, we have to look for a 1-to-1 extension, because this first move is the most important move, right? Let me show you. It doesn't matter like which crypto you're let's see. I think it's a PIOTR who asked that right, about a DAT. I'm not sure, but I think somebody asked. But you take a look at DNT, right? Let's take a look at this move. Just about this first move, that's the most important move. That's your extension move. That's the move you want to refer to, right? At least, right? Me, that's what I do. Like, I refer to the first downtrend move, right? And see how it is like refer to the how it is compared to the rest of the move, right? So we're gonna look for a 1.1 extension, right? Is 1.1 extension is just gonna take us right here, which is 351, right? And a 0.618 extension gonna take us just about 420, right? Let's take a look at it again. Just about it. Okay, just about this area to that area, to that area, right? 1.1 extension, 0.618 extension gonna be just about this area, right? BTC already made a, I think 0.618 extension. I just talked about it. I can't remember like even 5 minutes what I talked about. But you know, BTC made that extension. I think it's 1-to-1. I'm gonna have to go back and take a look at it. So, but this coin hasn't made any extension, so I don't think it's gonna reverse without making an extension. So, but we just gonna keep an eye on it, right? So let me know if BitMEX is a scam. Somebody said that in the chat room, right? Saba. Okay, so you see we haven't, so keep that in mind, right? We're gonna get a look for a 1-to-1 extension first of all, right, on a downtrend. And most likely if like, let's say this coin going to be making like 5-way structure, because BTC made a 5-way structure on the downside on the hourly time frame. This coin is making it on a daily time frame, so most likely, you know, a 0.618 extension is more reasonable for now, right? Because it's a daily time frame. So if it was like on the hourly time frame, I would say like a, you know, 1-to-1 extension. But look for a reversal first of all from 0.618 extension. If we don't get it, we're gonna go down further, right? So impossible. People love BitMEX. Okay, I don't short a BTC, so I'm not familiar with BitMEX, so I can't say anything about BitMEX. So anything I say about BitMEX, I'll be wrong, guys. But you know, if people love it, that's good. People love Binance too, right? Do you guys like Gemini? I used to like Gemini, man, but the fees are too expensive now. It's like, you know, it's very expensive. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at, hey, what's up, Tisha Knot? Andrea, XRP has the best tech. Absolutely, it has a great tech, right? Let's say XRP. Everybody want to talk about XRP? Absolutely, XRP. Okay, let's go on XRP, guys. I know you guys love XRP for some reason. You guys don't even care about BTC, man. The XRP community, they don't care about BTC. I'm just joking. So I know you guys care about BTC, but let's talk about XRP. Let's go on a bigger time frame, guys, first. One thing I like about the XRP community, like, I mean, first of all, it is a big community, just like ADA, right? And Ethereum, it is a big community, but you guys like support XRP heavily. That's one of the, you know, the thing I like about XRP. You know, it has a very big community. It's like you don't mess with XRP, they're gonna bully you, right? So, but I'm just joking. So you take a look at the weekly time frame, right? XRP is just about 6100, right? I mean 6100, right? We shouldn't be going below. We shouldn't be going below 6500. It is not a good sign, right? At least for the short term. So the volume was increasing. I mean, was decreasing. I mean, it is pretty constant. I mean, on the selling pressure is pretty constant, right? Even though like the candle is getting bigger, but the selling pressure is pretty constant, right? You take a look at this candle. It's pretty big. It's a very big candle, right? It is a very big candle, right? Excuse me. You take a look at this candle, right? It is the same size body candle of the previous move, right? But look at the selling pressure. The selling pressure is very big, right? Very big selling pressure. You know, this candle right here, right? It has a very big selling pressure, but we got like 4 days left this week, so it is not a good sign, first of all. But let's say we get a big reversal, it is going to be a good sign. That's one of the things you got to keep in mind, right? Even though like they got the same body pattern, right? This one is almost equal to that, like and it's only Thursday, right? So what I'm expecting from XRP, right, to avoid like more selling pressure, we have to get this body candle as small as possible, right? We have to get it as small as possible, right? Like that, right? And then we're gonna get a big wick to the downside. But it's a weekly time frame, so we're gonna have to wait till I don't think we're gonna get a big wick to the upside, so most likely we're just gonna get as close as possible. But everything is red, right? So I'm assuming everything gonna be red. But if it is green, we just have to change this color. but we just want a reversal candle. That's all we want, whether it is bearish or bullish. We just want a reversal candle, right? So let's take a look at it again. It can be if it is bullish, that's even better, but I want to see a reversal candle, right? A very small body, like a very small body, right? And this wick gonna be very big, so because you gotta think about it, if we push to the upside and then finally get to that, you know, the other tip, so other candle, it is going to be extremely bullish, man. It is going to be extremely bullish. So I'm looking for this pattern, either this week or next week, I don't know, but that would be a good reversal pattern, because you got to think about it, all this pattern we got in here, this bearish, it is even though it's bullish, I mean the candle is a bullish candle, but look at it, this reversal we got, I mean we pushing to the downside, right? Pushing to the downside. So I want to see something the inverse of this move. That's what I want to see, just about this area, right? From 61 to 6500. I want to see this type of bullish candle, right? Because it would be the inverse of this candle, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the daily time frame, right? That's a weekly time frame. It is pretty important, guys. It is pretty important. And let's take a look at the extension of this selling pressure to that selling pressure and see how they are comparable, right? So let's see. It is exactly at 0.618 extension, guys. It is exactly at 0.618 extension. So this entire move, just about this area, right? So I never take a look at it, right? But it is quite amazing, right? This entire move, right? This entire selling pressure started like August, like April, right? The first week of April to the last week of August, right? Is the same move from it's 1.61. Sorry, this move is 0.618 extension of that move, right? So started from like the first, I think the last week of December to the first week of April. So it is a fib extension. So it is a nice extension, 0.618 extension. I don't know if you guys recognize that or not. So I don't know if you've seen that somewhere or not, but let me just repeat it so you guys can get it. I know you guys can go back and replay the video, but let me just make it easy for y'all. So you take a look at this move, right? This entire move, right? This entire move, right? You replicated this area, right? It's almost 60% of this move, right? It is 6% of this move, right? If you take your fib retracement, your extension tool, not retracement but extension tool, this move to that move, right? It is exactly at 0.618 extension, exactly, right? So it is not a coincidence, right? So I got a valid reason to think like XRP could be reversing from this 0.618 extension, which is just about like 6500, right? You remember I've been talking about this 6500, but I wasn't even expecting like this move gonna be a 0.618 extension. But let's see how low we're gonna, you know, break this area with a fake out, or if you're gonna double bottom, because I don't think the move gonna be a vertical move. It's not just like this. We could be expecting this type of move, like a double bottom and a push to the upside. Let's expect that type of move first, just to be safe. Because you gotta think about it, if you're too bullish, right, and then XRP move like 25%, right, and you're like, oops, I'm gonna do an add-on, and then it's gonna come back down, and then you're like, oops, it's going lower, right? It's gonna fake out and push to the upside. You're gonna lose all your money. But it's not a financial advice, but sometimes you just have to be safe. Like, you cannot be too bullish. I like XRP, but at the same time, guys, you're not playing. It's not a video game. It's not for entertainment purposes. I mean, some people are gonna tell you they're gonna entertain you to play with your money. I still don't understand it. How you gonna entertain yourself playing with? I mean, if you wanna self-entertain your money, you go like, you know, spend it, not like wanna invest and entertain yourself at the same time. Investing is very stressful sometimes, right? Unless you buy and forget about it. I might be wrong, but at least that's the way I think of it, right? I don't want to entertain myself. You know, of course, yeah, you guys say it's entertainment for entertainment purposes, just, you know, so people won't be buying, like, you know, because you say XRP gonna go up. But let's go to the daily time frame. Yeah, XRP chart is all, but you know, I mean, it is pretty bullish, guys. I mean, according to the chart, it is bullish. How low it's gonna get, we just have to assume, you know, we're not gonna break this area. You know, after that we got another support double bottom, right? But market is too bullish. XRP is not gonna be dropping forever, guys. It's not gonna drop forever. It is too big to drop forever. It is my, I mean, I'm not gonna say it is my own opinion. You guys know that, but I'm just, you know, talking about, like, you know, what I see on the chart, right? When BTC was bullish, I said like BTC was bullish, and then we went to 5300. Right? We hit our target 5303 exactly, and then after that it was making a flag. We had a target of 5450. We hit that, but we just gonna have to see how we're gonna hit 5600. It is pulling back, and then of course, if it give us a double bottom, and then we're gonna trying to figure out a way to get to 56. Because I don't drive the market, you don't drive the market, right? We just see pattern, and then we go by those patterns. But that's why I say, like, if you focus on being right or wrong, you're gonna be always wrong. You have to focus on being consistent and following the trend. But if you focus on being right and being scared of being right or being wrong, and I mean, how many people said like 6K was a bottom? You remember? And then they say like BTC is not going to drop versus 6K because blah blah blah. If BTC drop below 6K, the total BTC market cap going to be like 100 billion, something like that. And I can't even remember the stories. But as soon as BTC drop like below 6K, you know, everybody forgot about, like, you know, that 100 billion market cap. Now everybody's, you know, saying like, all those people who are talking about like BTC is not going to drop below 6K, now they're telling you like 2500 is the bottom, right? 2500 is the bottom. No, they first of all say like 5K, right? We got to 5K, they say 4K, and then we got to 4K, they say 3K. And you know the story. I don't want to bore you guys with that story, but you know what I mean, right? Of course. Yeah, the FOMO effect could be big, right? I only seen news for XRP and current, very few for XRP. Yeah, I mean, we get a lot of news, man. If you wanna, I'm not a news guy, so if you that's why you never hear me like talk about news, because I mean, I'm not a news guy, so I just like to focus on the chart. But sometimes it's good to like focus on the news, because sometimes like you know, you can be, when something happens, you can like say, hey, you know, we got a bad news, that's why it happened. But you don't want to focus on that too much neither, right? But if you want some XRP news, you know, you got digital asset investor, you got like, you know, TMI. I think the name was TMI, right? I forgot the name, TMI. I forgot how to say. I mean, I forgot the name, but I know it's TMI. The modern investor. You know, you got the XRP effect. You got the DMZ, Logic, all of them, all those people, they're pretty good at giving you like a news about XRP. So let's take a look at the lower time frame. And like I said, XRP got a big community. I'm not just saying it because you guys, I know you guys like XRP, but honestly, XRP got a big community, and it'll be bad if we see XRP fail. It's not going to be a good sign. So we made a nice correction just about this area on the 45 minutes time frame. The RSI is making multiple bottoms on the 45 minutes time frame, right? So it is just a corrective move just about this area. So in a trend reversal, right? Not trend reversal, but trend continuation. So we got a W, but we couldn't break it. So it is attempting to make a double bottom just about this area. If you take a look at it on the 45 minutes, right? XRP is attempting to make a double bottom, right? So right, just cause like XRP is moving to the upside, you don't say like, you know, we're getting trend reversal. So always look for a double bottom, always, right? Whether it's XRP or BTC or Tron, whatever, look for a double bottom, because crypto don't move like all of a sudden, you know, don't give you like unexpected move. It always give you like at least, you know, give you like a chance to you know, to recognize the pattern, like I'm gonna, you know, move to the upside, because most likely we're gonna get this move, like outside gonna double bottom. I like XRP, but You have to be honest to yourself, right? So look for a double bottom on the 45 minutes. So I'm gonna update the price. Hopefully I can go back on live. So remind me about this double bottom. I'm gonna take a note. XRP double bottom. Double bottom on 45 minutes, right? So yeah, XRP and ADA. So let's take a look at it. I haven't taken a look at the chart room. If XRP dropped to the previous double bottom, that would be only 36% drop only. 36% is it's a big drop. Hopefully it's not going to be in one day. So 36% drop from the current price of what, 33. So that's like XRP going back to like what, almost like 24, right? 24 cents, right? 21, 24, in that range. It doesn't have to be accurate, guys. So Andrea, XRP chart is all but bullish. I think I read that. Sen, what do you think about ELEC, Electronium? People say it's a game. I never heard about ELC, guys. Most of the time I try to focus on XRP 589 by end of the year. Hey David, so it's crazy gains, 100x. Okay, XRP price action is set up to steal your money. I mean, it doesn't make any sense for XRP to keep dropping like that, like the last, almost like over 50 days. It's more than 50 days, like almost like 120 days, right? Since like December, XRP is down, we're down like, almost 15% this year, almost, right? In dollar value. And then almost like, let's see, that's April alone. Let's go back to the daily time frame, right? We're gonna talk about other coins, guys. I know you love XRP, but we have to also like talk about other coins like ADA. So I'm gonna talk about ADA very shortly. December 1st to now, XRP is down 42%, guys. 42% since December 21st, right? Let's take a look at the January. Yeah, it's down like 36%, right? And somebody said XRP is gonna be down another 30%, right? 36, let's see. Another 36. It would make like 72%, right? This year, which is nearly impossible, right? 36%. I'm not saying it's impossible, but another 36%, that's what you're referring to, right? XRP going back to 38.85. I mean, it is possible, but you gotta think about it. It's gonna be 72% down this year alone. So from this year alone, and then we got like almost 9 months to go, right? So you were joking about 589. I mean, hey, I mean, anything is possible, so don't even joke about it. It could happen, right? In a heartbeat. So let's go ahead and talk about ADA. Golem is down 34%. It must not be true. Yeah, sometimes I got this app like called Crypto Pro. I don't know if you guys know Crypto Pro, but that's the app I use. I mean, I mean, I'm not promoting the app. I'm just saying, like, I'm not getting paid for talking about it. But sometimes it gives you like a false notification. Like it was telling me like a couple minutes ago, like Tron was down like 10%, BTC down like 7%, stuff like that. So, but sometimes when it gives me those false notification, it means like sometimes the market is about to go up for some reason. Every time I see like BTC down 2% from that app, all of a sudden BTC, reverse. So when you take a look at ADA, right, we said, let's take a look at this fib retracement. So I think our target for ADA is just about 1400, right? Let's say if ADA wants to drop, make a nice ABC correction, right? It's about like 1400, just about like 0.618. So we say we have to retest 50% first, right? Of course, before we get to 0.618, right? So, and we don't get like we don't have any ABC correction to the downside when you take a look at ADA, right? let's just remove everything. No, let me just keep it in there, right? We don't have a ABC correction, right? Got A, most likely get this B move, and then we're looking for a C move, right? ABC correction. So this C move could be just about this 50% or this 0.618 extension, right? So I'm looking for like a 1400 to like a 14. That's a big gap, 14 to 15. But still, that's what the chart say, 14 to 15, right? So let's say in the middle, right, 1450 for a reversal, right? If like ADA wants to reverse, we have to like get some sign, just like a Tron. I showed you about Tron. Tron came back down exactly at 0.618, right? So let's look for a reversal at 0.618, right? Which is just 1400, right? Let me just put it right here so I won't forget. 1400. 0.618, right? So it is gonna be here when next time I take a look at the chart, so I won't forget. So let's look for 0.618. The I talked about last night, right? I said like the RSI has to make a corrective move, right? It's not gonna drop forever, right? It has to make a corrective move, and then we're gonna decide if like we want to go up or go down, right? So but let's wait for the corrective move. The reversal pattern is nice, right? We got a nice reversal pattern. Got it. Let's see. Let me go back. Okay, we got a nice reversal pattern. All right, let's take a look at it. Let's just remove this. Guys, if you're new to the content, make sure to hit the like and thumbs up. Make sure to hit the thumbs up, right? So because you're watching for free, I keep reminding you. So and reminding myself also, because we in it together, right? It's not just me. Like, it's not a lecture. It's interactive. So I'm not telling you anything you don't know. It's just like, maybe you find it useful to be together and then do this together, right? But most of this stuff I'm telling you, or I'm talking about, you guys know it better than I do, right? So, or at least, right, some of you know it better than I do. So let's get our extension, because we're on a downtrend, so we have to look for extension, right? So the next fib level, right, for extension is just about 1495, right, which is just about like 50% retracement, right? And then the one-to-one extension going to take us to 1350, and 1350 is below 0.618. So let's hope like this 0.618 gonna support the price. But this reversal, that's what I want to see on XRP. You remember that reversal candle I was showing you on XRP? That's the type of reversal candle I'm looking for XRP to do, like at least, or this reversal candle, right? At least for 2 weeks, right? In the double bottom and a push to the upside. That'll be more healthy than like trying to push the price and then trying to get like trying to get like a big move to the upside without no reversal pattern. It's just gonna come back down. So the RSI, I talked about it. Look for a pattern just like that. Pattern just like this, right? Let me just remove this so you guys can see. Last night I said like it's not gonna drop to the downside just like that, right? I said like it's gonna make this move, right? It's nice, correction, right? And then come back down, make that 0.618 extension, and probably get back to this area of overbought. So because you gotta think about it, ADA, we hit our target like perfectly. So our target was just about like 1897, right? 1897 was our target for ADA, right? Versus BTC, not even on the dollar. So I've been covering ADA. After we made this move to the upside, I said like ADA gonna make this 3 up, 3 down, right? I don't know how I knew, but I just said it. But I think like I got that pattern from somewhere else, not from somewhere, but from another coin. 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, right? 3 down, 3 up. So it doesn't have to look the way I draw it. It just has to be 3 down, 3 up, right? So you don't want to waste too much time counting these three waves. So but we got a 3 down, 3 up, a breakout. I got a special video just for ADA breaking out, man. When ADA was just about like 1050, right? Just about this area, 1050, right? Let me just remove everything. I'll show you guys this area. I don't know, most of you guys are pretty familiar with my content, right? I said ADA got this move, right? This 3 down, right? And then we got this 3 up, right? And I say ADA gonna come back just about this area, right? Because I didn't think like ADA gonna make another 3 down like this. So I said like ADA gonna make this 3 up, right? It's gonna come back, retest the previous low, right? Just about this area, and then push to the upside. That's what I thought. But ADA made another 3 down. It's okay, right? Because we got a big support, right? A push to the upside. And if you really think about it, right, the rest of the crypto are also making this move, right? This move just about ADA made, right? Just by this area, this rejection, they made, all the rest of the crypto are making this move, right? So since like it also took like 1 week, right? That's all now. It's more than 1 week. 18, let's say 19th to 5th, right? So it's almost like because February I think was 28 days, right? So let's see. It doesn't matter, guys. It's just about 2 weeks. So you gotta think about date. ADA made this move. Let's check the extension, because it is quite amazing. Most of the time, crypto make 1-to-1 extension or 1.61, 1-to-1 extension, 1.618 extension, or a 0.618 extension. You take a look at it. It's 0.618 extension, right? 0.618 extension. So you gotta keep that in mind, right? So gotta keep that in mind. So a 0.618 extension, a push to the upside. So it is not a coincidence BTC is making a 0.618 extension on the hourly time frame. So let's keep that in mind also. We just gotta find this pattern, guys. You just gotta find this pattern. Let's go to the hourly time frame. Is TA useful for low cap volume? I mean, I think TA is useful as long as you got like enough pattern. I mean, enough data, enough history for that coin. I think like it is useful. It's just like you say, like is GPS is useful when you go like in a bigger city, or you go like in a smaller city. So you use TA as a GPS. You want to go somewhere, what do? You put your GPS, right? Most of us don't even know like how to get to a point A to point B without using a GPS anymore. Like, if a friend tell me like, you want to come see me, I'll be like, give me your address, right? But I don't say like how do I get to your address? I don't say that anymore, right? Most of us don't say like, how do I get to your house? Take a left, take a right, by Washington Road, stuff like that. You don't say that anymore. You just give the address out. So GPS is the same thing, right? I mean, TA is the same thing. How do I get to from point A to point B? I look my extension tools, my fib retracement, and look for a pattern, look for my RSI. I mean, that's it. That's the only thing you're doing. You see, BTC made a 1-to-1 extension, a 1.618 extension, right? So let's see if we're gonna retest this 1.618 extension. So Cardano made a 0.618 extension on the daily time frame, right? So, but on the hourly time frame, BTC is making this move, right? It is pretty important, guys, to keep that in mind. Okay. All right. So you guys having a conversation. Okay, that's good. Yeah, altcoin can move much faster than BTC, but they also drop much faster, right? You guys know that. I don't have to lecture you on that, right? So, but we just have to wait. If BTC has to drop, guys, we have to look for that 0.618 extension, because this move is not going to be vertical, right? That I'm like 90% sure this move is not going to be vertical all the way up here. It is not. That I'm 95% sure, right? My confidence level is 95% sure we're not going to get a let's say a 25% drop, a 30% drop in 1 day. We're not going to get it. We're not going to get that 25%. This volume was too big, so these guys, they're gonna, even if they want to drop BTC, they want to, make a lot of profit before they drop it. So they're gonna play you they're gonna play us, not just you, but us, with this type of move, right? A 5-wave or 3-wave structure to the downside, a nice channel, another push to the upside, 0.618, right? Or 50%. We're just gonna have to wait and see, right? We're just gonna have to wait and see, right? You see, 0.618 extension, retracement before a further move to the downside, right? So let's say we push to the downside, right? And then the extension is 0.618. Then you're gonna know we're gonna move down further, right? Then you know we're gonna move down further. But we're just gonna have to wait and see the next extension we're gonna get, right? The next extension we're gonna get, it's gonna be, if we're gonna get any, right, it's gonna be like this, right? It has to be like this, right? It has to be, we're gonna break this area and retest this area, right? So we're gonna make the same pattern again, just like that, right? Just like that, just like that. So good. Let's take a look at this area. This one is not even like 0.618, so you know it just kept going, right? So it just kept going. So it is just making a nice accumulation move, moving above this area of a 7 days EMA. When you take a look at the 7 days, it is just being carried over by the 7 days, and then all of a sudden we got a push to the upside. But now we also we break below this area for 7 days, right? Moving average, the 7 EMA. So, but let's hope we're gonna be able to close above this 7 EMA. It is very important also, right, guys? All right, guys. You don't have any coin you wanna talk about? Let's take a look at XLM. XLM BTC. XLM is making the same pattern, guys. Same pattern. The first, second, right, of April, downside, push to the upside. Now it's selling off, right? So extension tool, it is moving below its area of a 1-to-1 extension. Now we're getting a support just about 1-to-1 extension. We came back down to like 1.27, right? 1.27. That's where XLM got in there, get it supported. So next area of support is just about 1.618 extension, which is just about 2105. So if you want to use your extension tool, so because it seems like 1-to-1 extension is not going to hold. So but let's take a look at, before we say that, let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame before we say it's not going to hold. It is getting we got a rejection. So we got a rejection on the at 1-to-1 extension, right? Take a look at it, 1-to-1 extension, you know, a push to the downside. So selling pressure, buying pressure is decreasing. The last 8 hours, volume is increasing. Volume is decreasing, price is rising. So let's see before, you know, 8 p.m. Eastern time, hopefully we're gonna see XLM push to the upside just about this area. That would be a good sign, right? But how are we gonna get a double bottom? So maybe another day of sell-off, right? But it is a good reversal sign, but we just gonna have to wait and see. We got this big rejection to the upside, exactly at 0.618, guys. Exactly at 0.618. 24. And it was, let's see, a 10%, almost 8% move to the upside, right? So okay, let's go ahead and talk about it. I think somebody mentioned MFT. I think MFT was looking interesting for some reason. MFT BTC for some reason. Mainframe. The mainframe is making a nice reversal candle just about this area, right? Yesterday. So let's take a look at the bigger picture. 4 hour started dropping just about like the first, right? But I don't like this this pattern just about this area, right? Because it couldn't get back to this area, and then it always like making this overextended flat correction, right? So, and then let's take a look at the extension tool. just about one-to-one extension, right? One-to-one extension. Let me show you guys. One-to-one extension, and then we got a big reversal candle. And look at this big reversal candle. It's a lot of volume, guys. A lot of volume. I don't know these coins. I don't know this coin, but I just want to find a reversal pattern, because one of these coins gonna give you like at what point we're gonna reverse, right? Look at a one-to-one extension, give or take, right? A big reversal. That's the most bullish candle like the last 7 days, right? Almost the last 7 days with a lot of volume. So that's one of the biggest volume also, right? So it is a good sign at least. So one of these coins gonna give us a reversal sign, and then we're gonna be more confident about, like, you know, where we're going next. But the last 7 days, 11 days is not looking good at all. It's not looking good since like April 1st, you know. So Bitcoin is bullying the whole market. So, and cash and funds should be too low cap with big upside. Yeah, I think Encash is down like the whole year. So it was one of my, I think I made a video about Encash, Genesis Vision, I can't remember, but Encash, Genesis Vision, ZILLIQA, stuff like that. Encash has a nice pattern, but it doesn't have a nice volume basically. Got Encash been dropping since March 28th, right? Push to the downside, most likely a one-to-one extension. Drop, I mean break this area of support. Let's take a look at it. Just about 0.618 extension, guys. Just about 0.618 extension. So let's take a look at the daily time frame, because the volume is extremely low, right? Big reversal candle, right? Nice falling wedge. So double bottom, just about it. That's the first time Encash made this type of double bottom. So keep an eye on Encash, right? Because I'm pretty bullish on Encash, right? I'm very bullish on Encash. This falling wedge, let me compare it to let's say not ZILLIQA, compare it to ICX. You see, I think it's ICX WANCHAIN. ICX BTC Binance. You take a look at it, right? Take a look at ICX BTC WANCHAIN, one BTC. Sometimes like you're gonna see a pattern, but you have to be patient, guys. Sometimes it's not gonna come like in 1 week or so. So you take a look at the pattern of Encash and ICX and WANCHAIN. Actually, it is pretty much the same pattern, right? From this area, just about this area. Let's take a look at it. This entire move, right? This entire move right here. That's what you just got. Just about this area, guys. That's what you got, just about this area. Right, that's what you got, just about this area. So you're looking for this move from a WANCHAIN for Encash to make that move to the upside, right? You could argue this move is the same as that move, right? You could argue and say, like, they made the same move. WANCHAIN is just smaller. You could argue, but I don't think Encash went up that much, right? ICX went up like, WANCHAIN went up like 70%. I don't think Encash went up 70%, right? Let me see. Went up 27%, right? So I don't think it went up 70%. So, but you could argue, right? It would be valid, right? But look at WANCHAIN. WANCHAIN, you know, broke this area, break this entire like a falling wedge pattern. So, but ICX wasn't able to do that. I mean, not ICX, but Encash wasn't able to break this entire, you know, falling wedge pattern. So I believe we still got another move to the upside from Encash, and it already double bottom, right? So unlike the rest of the market. So let's just remove everything. So remove everything, volume, remove ICX, remove WANCHAIN, right? So you gotta think about it. Encash has been down like since the first week of December, right? Like been down the whole time, like almost like 50% down, right? Exactly 50% down, guys. Give or take, right? 49.40, 49.50, right? So, and if you want to be accurate, yeah, 49.50. If you don't care, you just say 50%, right? So just about 50% drop from the first week of December. So it's not going to be dropping like another 50% without giving you like some push to the upside. So it's not going to drop another 50%. That's just a corrective, I think that's just a corrective structure, a 0.618 extension, just like the rest of the market. So all of them are making this a corrective structure, just about 0.618 extension, or one-to-one extension. You take a look at it again, and then we can choose any coins, right? Any coins in the market since the first, just about one-to-one extension. We got this reversal, right? I think we just take a look at the XLM, right? XLM BTC. So the market is showing some strength, guys. It is. Look at the pattern just about this area, right? When was the first, right? Just about this area. You see, that's 1-to-1, 1.6, 1.2, 1.27, right? Extension. So, but we're getting a reversal at one-to-one extension, right? We're getting a support. So it is not a coincidence. The whole market is making this move. And also, let's see. Let's see. I haven't taken a look at the chat room. Would you mind taking a look at a NXS? Is it NXS, like Pundi X? NXS. Take a look at. Let's take a look at the fib first before we move to another coin. Okay, it's just about like 0.7860. So XLM is respecting all the fib levels. One-to-one extension, coming back down to 0.786. A big reversal candle on the 4-hour time frame. So it's nothing you can say, right? RSI is completely oversold. A big push to the upside. It's gonna come back down, guys. So it's only the 4-hour. It's gonna come back down. It's not just gonna make a very impulse wave just like that. A nice double bottom, right? On the 4-hour time frame. It is actually triple bottom. So, right? It is actually triple bottom, if you want to take a look at it that way. So, but we have to find the first coin to give us a reversal pattern. I want to see that coin, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at it. I think NXS is the Pundi X, right? I might be wrong. It's not NXX. Nexus. Oh, Nexus. I know Nexus. I remember Nexus. Nexus daily time frame. Nexus gave us a big move to the upside, like just about this area of I think it was like March, right? It was November. So I remember that big move. So because I think I made a special video about Nexus. That's how I remember, right? Nexus and this double bottom, just about like the last week of November, double top, come back down to this area of 0.786, just like ZILLIQA, Dash, NEBLIO, Tron came back down to 0.618. ZILLIQA, Dash, NEBLIO, Stratus, Ethereum Classic gave us this move already, like 60% move to the upside. So, and Ethereum Classic is one of my top pick right in for April. It already went up 60%. So it is coming back down. So Nexus, you take a look at Nexus, right? It came back down like to 0.618, a double bottom, guys. So that's the double bottom I'm looking for, right? And you remember Nexus went up before the entire market like went up, right? So it's normal Nexus is making a double bottom. So keep an eye on Nexus to see like what type of pattern it's gonna give us. Most likely, the type of pattern we're gonna get from Nexus, we're gonna get it from the rest of the market, right? Because the market, they follow each other, right? So let's keep an eye on Nexus together, right? So just remind me on my next live stream or next altcoin daily update. I haven't done one for so long now, right? Because of this live stream. Because the live stream is more interactive. MCO, Mona, MCO. Come on, MCO. BTC. Nexus has a better chart on Bittrex. Yeah, I remember Nexus from Bittrex, man. I remember Nexus. Is that coin been around for a while now, so it's not like a, I think it's been around since like what, I don't want to say the wrong, I don't want to give you wrong information, but I think it's been around for quite a while. MCO, right? You know, I got the same pattern on MCO. I think I talked about MCO last night. So I said like I'm looking for a reversal candle from MCO, because MCO is making the same pattern, right? But it is completely overextended, like unlike the rest of the crypto, right? It is completely overextended. Let's see on the, as far as price, take a look at it. So you take a look at MCO, right? You could say we got an extension just about this area, but let's see how far that extension was. Just about this area. And that's almost like 200% extension. That's the furthest extension I've seen. Most of them are like, you know, 0.618, 1.618, but not NEXUS. MCO is like not a 1-to-1 extension, but you know, 2-to-1 extension, right? So, and a big reversal candle, very undecided. So it is pretty bullish the last let's say since like April 3rd, right? So but it started to sell off like on the 27th. So but since the 3rd we're getting like uptrend, right? Our side is moving to the down, our side is moving to the upside from the downside, right? So selling pressure decreased, buying pressure increased, 1-to-1 extension rejection. So let's see how MCO gonna give us, if MCO gonna be able to give us a pattern of getting back to this area. So at least get back to this area. That's all I want to see, right? We're gonna get back to this area. We're most likely gonna get another rejection, 382, before we force through. So but we have to find the coins, the coins, right? Not even one, but we have to confirm it with like, you know, at least 2 to 3. We got 2,000 coins in the market, so we at least should confirm it with like at least 5 coins, right? This pattern, because we have confirmed like most of them failed, right? We already confirmed that, so we have to confirm like which one gonna pass through, like Nano, and being able to, you know, hold the price just about this area, because Nano pushed through 20%, but it's back dip like almost 5% within this area of April 1st. Mainnet is almost out. Tradium. Okay, Tradium MCO. Crypto.com, right? That's the name of the coin. MCO, Crypto.com. Sound like Monaco. I forgot the Monaco symbol. So Monaco BTC. Monaco. Monaco BTC. I forgot the symbol. And Monaco is also MCO, right? Monaco is also MCO. That's why when you say MC, yes, it's MCO. Why it is like crypto? It says crypto.com. Monaco is MCO. So it's Monaco, not. But for some reason, like when you put a MCO on a trading view, it say like crypto.com MCO. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Yeah, that's what it says, crypto.com BTC. That's what it says on TradingView for some reason. So correct me if I'm wrong, right? Do I think BTC is going to try to retest 6,000? We're trying to find a reversal pattern first. Let's say it's only down 4%, guys. So it's only down 4%. It's not like we're down like 10%. Let's go check, because BTC is very strange. It can be down 10% while you're making a live stream. BTC US. Yeah, if you try, you gotta make up your mind. Like if you like, let's say you're a trader, or you're a long-term hodler, right? You gotta make up our mind, right? We gotta say, hey, we're holding for the long term, right? So if BTC drops, I buy more, right? So it's not a financial advice, but we gotta make up our mind, right? You see, most XRP hodlers, like I watch, like I think sometimes I watch this guy, I forgot his name, Art. I think his name Art, right? Rob Art. So he said like he believes XRP gonna go to 15 cents and he's gonna buy more. So because he's a long-term hodler, right? So if you're a long-term hodler, you don't care if BTC drop like 10%, because you know it's kind of like when you're holding Apple and then you say Apple dropped 30%, like almost more than 30%, from like over 200 to like 140, you know, and it's back up like to almost like 190. You know, I have to check the price, right? But last time I checked it last week, I think it was like 195. So, and then crypto move much faster than the stock market. So if BTC drop 5%, and people are going to be panicking. It's only 5%, guys, and then we went up like almost 30%, guys, almost 30% up, from like, you know, 38 to like 54, 50, right? So you do the math. Listen, I wouldn't be panicking until like, I mean, I'm not gonna say until, but I wouldn't be. It's not a financial advice, but I try to stay calm, because how many drops we got along the way, this uptrend? You gotta think of it, right? You gotta think about it. How many drops we got, right? We got this drop, right? Same pattern, right? You got this drop, same pattern. You got this drop, same pattern. How many red candles you gonna see before you say like, you know, you finally like, you know, say, hey, I really don't care about these red candles anymore. I'm just hodling for the long term. Yeah, Wave is looking good. Wave is one of my top picks. So I think somebody mentioned a coin I was about to take a look at, so I can't remember. I think we talked about Nexus. Yeah, Monaco is MCO. I think they Monaco was like a credit card, something like that. I can't remember. Guppy indicator. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Guppy indicator. Can you check Waves? Wave is one of my top pick, right? Waves, BTC. Whoa, take a look at Waves, guys. That's a daily time frame, right? Big reversal candle, nice ABC correction to the downside, right? So starting on the first, right? Take a look at it. On the first, second, right? Most like 8.618 extension. Let's see. I don't want to be wrong. Just about 0.618. It broke below 0.618 and didn't get to 1.1 extension, but a lot of activities, just about 0.618 extension, right? So a lot of activities, right? Just about 0.618 extension. So we're getting rejection from the previous fib level, just about, you know, this area. So, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. Big volume too. Look at the volume, man. That's the biggest volume Wave has received since like when? Late January. That's the biggest volume, guys. So, and Wave is one of my top pick for April. So, but it's one of my top pick for April, guys. So hopefully it's not gonna disappoint me. So take a look at it. That's the biggest volume for the last late January up to now, almost like 90 days, right? 85 days, almost 80 days, right? So let's say 75 days. You don't have to be accurate. So let's say just say the last three months, right? So the biggest volume. And then that's the first time Wave got like to this territory. When I was making that video, I remember I said like Wave was holding pretty strong, right? Nice accumulation move, right? And I exactly said before, like, I remember that, right? That's because Wave went up like 400% to the upside. Let me double check it, because you just mentioned Wave. That's what I'm talking about. Like you say, Wave went up like 461%, right? And I said the RSI has not been oversold this entire move, right? We haven't been like oversold. Wave was holding very strong, right? You take a look at this. So I picked Wave for a reason, right? A nice move, right? Nice accumulation move. And I said exactly right. Most of the time, these coins, before they move to the upside, they're going to give you a big dump to the downside. So keep an eye on Wave. You can go back and watch my top 7 pick for April, right? And I say the only downside about Wave is like, you know, it is making an entire move, but the RSI has not been oversold yet, right? So keep an eye on Wave. Like the only downside is that it could be making a very aggressive move to the downside, right? So, and I say like, let's see, the next fib level is just about 30% away. So let's see. Yeah, exactly, right? Because the next fib level is like almost 35%, you know, to the downside. I mean, take a look at the furthest one, 786. So, but we're just gonna have to wait and see if wave gonna be able to get back to this area of April 1st, just like the rest of the crypto. Most likely, if it gets there, it's gonna break it. I'm assuming it's gonna break it because we're getting a big volume, right? The first move got a big volume, so look for a double bottom. Look for a double bottom, right? Look for a double bottom. A big move, a rejection. It's gonna come back down, retest it, right? Let's retest it first. Probably get to this area of 0.786 before a big move to the upside. So, because I think wave gonna move to the upside, right? I think it's down like, you know, 5. Let's see. I can't remember how low wave was. It's like 11%. Yeah, wave was down exactly at 11% the first quarter. So now it's down like almost 40% the first quarter, right? I mean, the first year. I mean, not the first year, but the first 4 months of the year, right? So, good. It was down like 11% before this 20% drop, right? So that's almost 35% down this year. So it's a big drop. It has to recover. It's not going to be down like forever. So, but first of all, we need to recheck this area of April 1st before we talk about like any. Hey, Monaco. Hey, Mr. Ent. Let's just say MCO. Wait for our chart. Wait for our chart. Monaco. All right, for our chart. Yeah, you're right. We already got the double bottom I was looking for on the daily time frame. We got it on the 4-hour time frame. But the the bigger time frame always dominates. So even though we got this divergence, right? Remember, your pattern is more confirmed on the bigger time frame. So, right, we got this. So you can see, because if you rely on these 4-hour time frame, I like to rely on them sometime, but it's like let's say we get a nice uptrend. Yes, I can rely on it, but we got multiple rejection. Most likely we're gonna come back, retest it. So our side is already facing to the downside. It is not good. Like we saw down this, we like down so much, and then a little push to the upside, right? Gonna get the R side overextended. A little push to the upside, right? So let's just, I would be assuming wave gonna come back down, right? And then R side gonna come back down, and then get more momentum before another move to the upside. But otherwise, we're just gonna retest this area. We might not even get there, right? Let's see. We might not even get there. Even though wave is one of my top pick, right, guys? We might not even get there. It has to mature. So we already at 50% retracement, so we have to pull back and then get the R side. R side is already like a 50, right, on the 4-hour time frame. It is neutral, right? So it is neutral. So but a pretty big volume, right? So the next selling pressure, I want to see like wave come back down at least. Let's see. I would love to see a double bottom, right? It's not like I'm gonna buy, but it's not like I'm buying at this area, like at this double bottom. But I would love to see wave push to the upside, right? If I get confirmation, just so I know it's a 30% move, but if you get a confirmation, a big move to the upside, you add on, right? So it's not a financial advice, right? But I'm pretty bullish on wave, and I'm pretty comfortable at it. So, but it is a, let's see, let's say another 40% move to the upside. So, but I'm pretty confident, so comfortable with wave. So 27% move to the upside. So, but it is pretty big, 27%. So if you see wave like move like 30%, just know why wave is up. So you want FOMO, right? You would be waiting for it to break. If you don't have any, it's not a financial advice. Let's say you don't have any, you wouldn't be FOMOing. So since you didn't buy like when it was like down like 35% and then it's up 35%, you want to buy a little fake out to the downside, gonna get you panicked, right? You're gonna be panicking, right? So I hope you understand the concept, what I'm saying, right? So it's not a financial advice, but you don't, if you didn't get any from this point, right, you would be waiting. You want to wait till this wave is up 50% and then you want to buy, and then it's going to drop after that, right? It's going to retrace, it's going to drop at least 10% before it moves to the upside. So you're going to be panicking as soon as waves drop like 10%. So I hope you understand the concept, because let's see, I think Nano did the same thing, right? It dropped to the downside. Of course it dropped to the downside. Nano dropped and another push and forth through, and Nano is just about like 29,000 sats right now, and then it went up to 37,000 sats. Now it's just about 29. So most people are going to be panicking right now, so they're not gonna know what to do, right? So but because they didn't understand what was going on. I saw like somebody was covering Nano as soon as Nano went up like 35% up. I was like, whoa, look at it. I was covering Nano when Nano was like 24,000 sats. So be careful, like when a coin is up 25%, 30% and people start covering it on YouTube, and then you go get it. It's not a financial advice, but you want to buy on the way down, right? Not on the way up. But you want to, you know, add to your position on the way up, and you want to accumulate on the way down. That may, I mean, it's just common sense, I think, right? WANCHAIN. I don't know why WANCHAIN is here. Okay. All right, guys. I'm just gonna. What time is it? It's 2:30. If you guys don't have any question, I'm just gonna call it a day, and then I'm gonna go live in 12 hours. Most of you guys probably going to be, you know, either in bed or at work. So look at wave the 4 hour. Can you check waves? Just kidding. Monaco, just kidding. Okay. Hey, Mr. Ant, you're just kidding. All right. Let's see. I think somebody asked about. Let's take a look at ZILLIQA before we call it a day. ZILLIQA. I don't like the 4 hour time frame. Let's just remove this 7 hours, 7 days. Okay, this is what I was talking about, SIA, right? You remember the pattern of Ethereum Classic, right? Ethereum Classic made this pattern, right? This entire move, right? Ethereum Classic made this entire move before it went up like 60%, right? So also Dash made up this pattern. I can show you, but ZILLIQA made the pattern but break to the downside, right? So I wasn't even paying attention at SIA, but SIA gave us a pattern of way before all these coins, right? When I was talking about it. So look at it. That was the first, right? The 1st of April, push to the downside, retest, fell. Now we got a big reversal candle. So I just want to see how crypto gonna rebound, right? And then we're gonna talk about where we're going next. I want to see crypto rebound from this area of extension, right? Let's see how SIA, what type of that's 1.618x, more than almost 200%, right? So almost 200% extension. So went up from 72 to 59. Whoa, that's like almost 57, right? It break this entire pattern, right? Break this entire pattern. So that's a 59. I never seen SIA at 69, man. At least, right? I know, I mean, at least on Binance, right? So you have to go back like maybe in 2016 or so on CoinMarketCap to see SIA at 50 something. But it is a big reversal candle. That's the biggest reversal candle SIA has shown us. Like since when? That's the biggest one, right? Since when? Before this reversal. Take a look at this reversal we got in here, right? That was when? like August, right? It is a good sign. I think we're getting like good indication like market is about to reverse. Take a look at this reversal candle, right? That's the biggest reversal candle we got since like the second week of August, right? A double bottom, and look at what side did. That's why I say like you have to wait for a confirmation. Don't just jump in. Push to the upside, a double bottom, same exact, another double top and sideways correction, right? So we got this flag, but this time we're getting a flag instead of a double bottom. We're getting a flag. This flag, ICX got the same exact flag when I was covering ICX, guys. Ethereum Classic made the same flag. I know I think Sai is in the top 50, so it's not like a low altcoin. Last time I checked it, it must dropped out of the top 50 because you know this drop at 6. I mean it's still at 62, but if it was like a 57, it would have dropped. Let's see Sai out of the top 50. Let's just refresh it. Sai. Why do I have to do that? I could just type Sai, right? Yeah, it's just about 52, right? So 12% down on dollar value. But let's keep that in mind. Ethereum Classic made the same move, etc. So BTC, the only coin that made look at Ethereum Classic, right? Ethereum Classic made the same move, right? You see, same exact move, same exact move. You can see this pattern just about here. You know, if you go on the 4-hour time, it might look better. It might look better, right? Same exact pattern. Right, just about is here before Ethereum Classic break to the downside, a corrective move, push back down, right? So take a look at this pattern, right? So that was the second, right? It is quite amazing also. Like take a look at it. Let's take a look at it, right? Ethereum Classic made this move on the 1st, right? On the 1st of April, a push to the downside, another push to the upside, a retest of this low, right? Right now the market is making this move, right? The market is making this move. Ethereum Classic already made this move. You know, another retest, a fail, same exact spot, right? Fail, and look at a push through. Look at this push through. Let's see how much was it. So it's 40% move to the upside, right? So let's keep that in mind, right? Let's see if market gonna get back to this area. Like I said, right? I said we're gonna get back to this area, a push to the downside and a push through, right? So Ethereum Classic already gave us the pattern. So basically, if market, so basically what we're waiting for, we want to see market get back to April 1st. As soon as we get to April 1st, we're gonna wait for a rejection, right? And a follow through, right? So market is making this move. Ethereum Classic already made that move, right? So Ethereum Classic already made that move, and then it's making another 1 point. Let's see. Just about. It's not even 1.1 extension yet, right? It's not 1.1 extension yet. So, but we've seen like some reversal candle, but most likely it's gonna get to like 1142 on Binance, right? 0.001142. So I would be keep an eye on Ethereum to retest this area of 0.001142. Let's see. Use Control F. Control F for what? Control F. Control F. Oh, search. Oh. No, I was talking about the coin market cap. So now you messed up my chart. You told me to hit Control F. I'm just joking. So I just removed it. Yeah, Tisha, now you messed up my chart now. Alright guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. We're gonna go live. I know I keep saying I'm gonna call it a day. Oh, when I was on coin market cap, okay, I see. I'm just joking, man. But I'm gonna go live. I know the live stream is entertaining, but I'm gonna go live. Oh, this is the same thing also on CoinMarketCap, and Control F. If you hit it also on TradingView, it gives you the same thing. So basically it's the same command. But I'm gonna go live in 12 hours, guys. Alt F4. Thank you, Alt F4. Okay. Thank you for those shortcuts. All right. But I'm gonna go live in 12 hours for another short. Hopefully gonna be less than 45 minutes. Most of you guys gonna be in bed, and then hopefully market gonna get a reversal the next 24 to 72 hours, right? So, and I'm gonna update the price. Man, don't worry, don't apologize. I'm just joking. All right, guys. All right, thank you for tuning in, and then it was a nice stream, and then good interaction. So, all right, thank you. You guys have a good day, right?